Hey guys, welcome to the Trash Picture Show. Today I am looking at the last figure my gorgeous girlfriend sent me for my birthday. I'm going to be looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends US Agent. Yes, this is John Walker, aka the US Agent. And he's an interesting character. He is kind of the darker version of what Steve Rogers could have been. He is essentially a kind of Black Ops version of Captain America. The character was first introduced in a Captain America comic in 1986 as Super Patriot and then later rebranded by Paul Neary, if I'm not mistaken, as the US Agent. And yeah, he's an interesting character. He is somewhat jingoistic. He is a lot more morally flexible, unlike Steve, whereas John Walker doesn't have that kind of limitation. And that's why he ended up on the Thunderbolts. Now, the character did make his live-action appearance, played by Wyatt Russell in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and he kicked arse. He was so good, people started to send the poor dude hate mail. And I don't think people understood that this is a character. He actually played it so well. He played him so cocky and so detestable that people got fucking angry and sent the dude death threats and hate mail. And that's just fucking ridiculous. I get tired with fandom sometimes, and I think Wyatt Russell was thinking about leaving the role. Luckily enough, he decided not to, and he's coming back for the Thunderbolts movie, so I'm excited to see him in that role. But enough about the character, let's take a look at the figure. Again, nice collector-friendly box. There is US Agent, Marvel Legends, go down, flip it there, US Agent on the bottom, picture the character on the side. Flip it to the back, and there is a little blurb here. US Agent, originally appointed by the US government to replace Steve Rogers as Captain America, US Agent John Walker must balance his moral compass against his duty to his country. And there is US Agent, and there is the different figures in the line, and the Build-A-Figure was Marvel's controller. So you had Iron Man, Thor, Blue Marvel, Madam Hydra, which I own, Marvel's Speedball, Marvel's Quake, and US Agent. So that was actually a pretty cool line. And yeah, I'm going to pause the video here, guys, and when I get back, we'll take a closer look at US Agent out of the box. Don't go anywhere, I shall be right back. And we are back, and here is US Agent out of the box. And before I look at the accessories, not that there's many, I shall look at the figure. So here is John Walker out of the packaging. And again, you can tell this is not a pleasant gentleman. I mean, the scowl says it all. I do like the black. The black kind of Captain America costume. And even the wings, they do kind of work. Going down, you have the kind of banner there with the black star and the belt. It's kept to a minimum, the amount of paintwork on this, which works. There is a bit of paint runoff on this guy. That's one thing that I might need to tidy up with a white kind of pen or paint marker. Going down there again. I like the silver to break up the red. Going further down, and there are his boots. And yeah, this is obviously the comic equivalent. There was the Falcon and Winter Soldier Marvel Studios version that was released. That was pretty cool as well, but I prefer the comic version. Again, really nice sculpt on the face. You can really tell this guy has a very short fuse. Articulation wise, the articulation is fairly good. A wee bit gummier than I'd like. Not gonna lie. A wee bit gummier than I would have liked. And there is a double hinge joint here. But the thing is, because of this kind of wide kind of cuff on the glove, it can't go all the way. It's kind of stopped by that. But I suppose you can kind of do it like that as well. So it's still good. Again, he's gummy, but he's not super gummy. And he's solid enough. A bit of crunch there in the torso. And you can rotate the torso like so. And the head can go around full 360. It can't go too far up because just the ball joint there. This does feel like an older Marvel Legends figure, and that's not surprising because the Madam Hydra from this line was definitely the same kind of quality. Wasn't super bad, but definitely was something that felt like an older throwback or design to the earlier Marvel Legends waves. Can't fully do the Van Dams, but solid enough. Double hinge joint on the knee. And good rotation on the legs. So you can move them about a wee bit. And rotation here. And good movement on the ankles. So yeah, a solid figure. Wee bit too gummy for my liking, but not super gummy. It does help if you want to pose him and stuff. But I do like just a bit more kind of solid or rigid kind of feel to a figure. The accessories he comes with, there aren't many. The first off is this shield. And it's kind of weird. It's got a hinge, I think, for putting around his wrist. And a handle maybe for holding. So yeah, that's kind of strange. I just don't get why they didn't give it the kind of strap and maybe the other handle. But I suppose if you wanted to put him into a couple more different types of poses, that works as well. Just see how the clip goes around the wrist. Yeah, so it goes on like that. And yeah, it's still pretty cool though. It's just a weird design. It's a bit strange. One other thing I just realized is the peg on the shield. You can actually use it to clip onto the back of US Agent so he can carry his shield like that, which is cool as well. That is actually cool. That makes a bit more sense. He also comes with two alternate pairs of hands. The first one being this one here. And it's a kind of gripping hand, and I can see that would probably be for the handle on the shield. So maybe you pop it in and he holds it like that. Although it's very loose. It's very loose. I have been thinking though to snip his finger here because he is been known to use firearms. So he can hold a pistol or an assault rifle or something like that. Because again, Walker has no qualms about using such weapons. And the other hand he comes with is this one here. And this is cool. This is, if you wanted to do a pose of him throwing the shield, this would be a cool kind of hand to switch to. The last accessory he comes with is the Build-A-Figure parts for Marvel's controller. And yeah, I'm just going to put these into a bag with the rest of my figures. Although, I don't know what it is, but it kind of reminds me of Skeletor's arms. I don't know. But yeah, guys, that's the figure anyway. And I'm going to pause the video here, and when I come back, I'm going to compare this guy to some other Marvel Legends figures. Don't go anywhere, I shall be right back. And we are back, and there is US Agent in my alleyway, and let's compare him to another Marvel Legends figure, another anti-hero, one of my favorite anti-heroes, the Punisher. There we go. And yeah, these guys have been in conflict before. I think Walker was sent after the Punisher on a couple of occasions, and yeah, for a finish he let him go because he shared the same kind of ideology as Frank, which really goes to show how dark that a US Agent can be, that he actually shares a lot of the opinions of the Punisher. And so the ladies don't feel they're being left out. Another agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the government. We have Natasha Romanoff. And if I'm not mistaken, these two hate each other. They've come into conflict before as well. And Black Widow just absolutely detests US Agent. Which makes sense because she's very close with Steve. and US Agent is the absolute antithesis of what Captain America should be. But yeah, he's a pretty cool figure. I definitely prefer him to the kind of Captain America John Walker figure that was released for the MCU. Nothing to do with Wyatt Russell. Thought Wyatt Russell was fantastic. I just didn't like the design, particularly the first image they showed of him. He looked like the fucking granddad character in Pixar's Up. It's just weird. His face looks super squished. But yeah, guys, what do you think of this figure? Would you pick him up? Is the older design kind of putting you off, or would you prefer to get the MCU version? And also, what did you think of Wyatt Russell in Falcon and the Winter Soldier? And are you looking forward to him returning in Thunderbolts? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, have a good one. Take care. Bye now.
All above, crowd around, so fucking loud. Mr. Caspian Skeleton, so la 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 la, running down on the radio. La 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 la, my poor summer, summer, poor summer vibes.